grand and rich, with verdant meadows. Patiently, you face the bounding main. Karmøy, with your brawny bank. On the west coast of Norway, halfway between Bergen and Stavanger, and right next to Haugesund, the regional centre, lies the island of Karmøy, homeland of the Vikings, where it all began. In this film, we will visit white sandy beaches, historical buildings, hidden magical places, encounter exquisite nature, seascapes, and many more of the sights Karmøy has to offer. Please, come along and experience Karmøy. We are starting our journey on Avaldsnes. Avaldsnes offers historical settings and a majestic view towards Karmsund. During the Viking Age, this strait was called Nordvegen, the way north, and this turned out to be the origin of Norway's name. Harald Harefair chose this site to build one of his royal manors, and the historical remains here reveal interesting facts about the first kings and the legendary figures that appear in ancient sagas and songs. The chieftains who controlled the vital Nordvegen have left some impressive works behind, like the great burial mounds called Rehogene on Torvastad, and the monoliths on Norheim, known as the Five Wayward Virgins. Hidden away on the other end of Karmøy, we find some stones called the Shield Maidens. This proves that activity on the island began way before the time of the Vikings. On Avaldsnes, we can also find Olaf's church, built in medieval times. The church was raised in around 1250 AD, and it is named after the saint of the same name. Olaf's church became an important stop for pilgrims heading towards Trondheim. Leaning close to the church wall, we find Virgin Mary's needle. The old sagas warn us that doomsday will come when the monolith touches the church wall. This slightly intriguing tale obviously put the fear of God into the hearts of the islanders, and the old priests, under the cover of darkness, chiseled pieces of the monolith away to delay the end bit by bit. The gap between the needle and the wall is currently 9.2 centimetres, so we're not completely out of the woods. If we follow the path behind Olaf's church towards the sea, we will come to Bukkøya. On this islet, during the summer season, you can visit a reconstructed Viking farm, meet Vikings, and take a tour. If you visit Bukkøya in the beginning of June, you can take part in one of Norway's biggest Viking festivals. If you are really lucky, you can get a taste of the local Viking cuisine and see how it is all made. You will, though, need to know the password in order to enter the village. When I went there, it was Badger, but I bet they have a different one now. Between the church and Bukkøya, we find the Nordvegen History Centre, a modern museum where you can experience Karmøy's exciting history through film and historical objects and walk in the footsteps of the old Viking chiefs. In order to best preserve the integrity of the church, as well as the historical landscape, most of the museum is located underground. If you want to be a Viking for a day, dress up or take part in fun activities with your family surrounded by interesting artifacts, you've come to the right place. Haugesund Airport is located on Karmøy, and from here there are daily flights to Oslo or Bergen, and many international destinations. It is surprisingly easy to travel to this island. Slightly north from the airport, we find Visnes. Visnes has an important industrial heritage. Here you can dig up history about the mining community that during the 19th century numbered over 3,000. and was one of Norway's biggest copper mines. The mines delivered, among other things, copper for the construction of the Statue of Liberty. And in the heart of Visnäs, you can see a replica of this New York icon, although it's a tad smaller. Take a walk through the idyllic bridleways and see the ruins of the smelting works near the shore. Or you can take the kids to the popular mining playground. The Mining Museum is open during the summer season or by appointment. And did we mention that Visnäs provides a panoramic view to the most splendid sunsets? Although you can see photogenic sunsets all over Karmøy. We're pretty lucky in this regard. Skudenshavn is one of 3 cities on Karmøy. The other 2 are Kopervik and Åkrehamn. There is much to see and experience in these towns, including a number of festivals. The Fishing Days takes place in Åkra, and Skudenshavn hosts a Skud Festival, and Silk, the International Literature Festival. The Lady in the Park, the figurehead adorning the park entrance, has become the very symbol of Skudenshavn. The town lies at the southern point, facing Skudefjord, and it has the most charming old quarter. It is in fact one of the best preserved old towns in all of Norway. The old town consists of 130 white wooden houses and boathouses, and more than one of these hides stunning galleries, cozy cafes, and exciting pubs and venues. You could book a guided walk or simply chat with the charming locals. Skudenshavn's large fleet of sailing ships brought in cultural influences from all over the world, and Skudenshavn is referred to as the White Empire-style town. It is very exciting to see construction details and decoration from the stone temples of the Age of Antiquity reproduced on these small wooden houses. And Skudenshavn has been awarded Summer Town of the Year in Norway several times over. Karmøy's countryside is both inviting and diverse, and there are a lot of possibilities for hiking, great scenery, and relaxation. You can cycle either along the beaches or through the forest and uncultivated land. Or you can kayak or simply hoof it. I can recommend a hike around Fotvatna and end the walk with a bathe while the sun sets. Or you can take the trip to Lindøy Recreation Area. Here you can rent a canoe or row a boat and glide through the morning sun while the haze slowly rises from the seawater. If you are looking for a more rugged landscape, I can recommend a trip to Beiningen Lighthouse near Skudenshavn. In this weather-beaten scenery, you may even find peace and quiet while maybe enjoying a cup of coffee you've brought along. If you are in the mood for some culture, take a trip to the Fisherman's Memorial located on Føkingstad. This monument was raised in honor of the fishermen who perished in American waters. The memorial consists of a grand clock tower of stone and a cross monument. To get an even grander experience, make sure to visit the memorial during a storm and feel the madness of the wind while enjoying the spectacular view. For some more history, make sure to visit Surenesse Fort, a German fort from the Second World War. From here, the Axis forces monitored and controlled all shipping activities during the occupation. The huge command bunker is quite an impressive sight as it covers most of the area. The fort was operational from March 1943. This type of crew bunker in Karmøy cannot be found anywhere else in Norway. It is possible to crawl inside the bunker, but it may be quite dark, so bring a flashlight. Far brighter and slightly more available is Haugaland Zoo, An alternative, if you prefer your wildlife close up, this is the perfect place to bring your kids for a grand adventure among the 250 different animals in the park. The park is located on Torvestad and is open every day during the summer season or by appointment. Enjoy barbecue and spend time with snakes, birds, lizards and monkeys. And if you're really lucky, you may catch a glimpse of the clouded leopard before it sneaks up on you. There are lots of museums you can visit on Karmøy, and the fishing museum on Vær is one of them. The museum was built by renowned architects Snorhætta, who also designed the Norwegian Opera in Oslo and the Royal Library of Alexandria in Egypt. The museum shows developments in fishing techniques since the advent of motors. There are, of course, plenty of fishing possibilities on Karmøy, but what you may not know is that we also have some of Norway's finest sandy beaches. This is a popular place during the summer, a great place to go for a swim or a beautiful stroll. Plenty of possibilities for kiting and surfboarding, or just to simply enjoy life. Åkrasanden Beach has been voted Norway's finest sandy beach, and it has the renowned Blue Flag Eco-label, the international seal of approval for the best beaches in the world. The beach is rich in animal and bird life along the cultural and nature trails which loop around the beaches. And if you're fed up with sand in your shoes, why not try your luck at golf on one of the 3 courses we have on Karmøy? The Karmøy Tunnel was opened in September 2013, and it brings the neighbouring municipalities even closer to Karmøy. The ever-growing industry on the island, fisheries, gas, offshore, aluminium, benefit now from closer connections to neighbouring cities. Real maritime culture, dramatic ocean, and exciting stories, with a mix of small towns, charming trade centres, historical reflections, modern industry side by side with traditional agriculture, and busy shipping ports. All that is Karmøy today. For more information, visit karmøya.no.